guys, it's Trina, and today I want to talk about my top 10 NoTPs. OTP stands for one true pairing. That is a couple that you really think are great together. It's your one favorite couple of all couples from books or movies or TV shows or whatever media. Just a couple that you really love together and you get all the fuzzy feelings from. So a NoTP is the opposite of that. That's a couple that you would say no to. You just can't stand them together, you don't want them to be together, or some aspect about the relationship skeeves you out or something. So I've got 10 couples here. I've been wanting to kind of make this video for a long time, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And some of these are going to be highly unpopular opinions. These aren't ranked or anything, I just kind of am going down the list. The first of these is going to be kind of an obvious one. I think a lot of people might agree with this one. That's Tamlyn and Farah from the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. Tamlyn is a love interest in this series, and I kind of liked him in book one. Like, I wasn't crazy about him or anything, but I just felt like all of this stuff just happened. They better stay together. And then I read book two and I was like, no, not so much. I have other interests in this series now. So Tamlyn and Farah, NoTP number one. Another couple that you're not supposed to ship, and I really hate this couple together, are Zephyr and Alex from The Girl Who Fell by S.M. Parker. The whole point of this book is that it is about an abusive relationship. You know that going in from the book cover, jacket summary, and everything. So this is a couple that are very toxic together. It's an unhealthy relationship. You're not supposed to want them to be together, but this book conveyed that so well to me. This book captured what it's like to be in an abusive relationship as a character that, or a person that doesn't really know yet that you're in an abusive relationship because you're being manipulated to be in it and to do things. And I just feel like this book really captured all of that so well. I have a whole review on it if you want to know more of my thoughts and more of a discussion on abusive relationships and why I think we need to see more of them in fiction and how I want to see them portrayed and everything. So I'll put a link to that in the description. But this book definitely has my NoTP number two. You're not supposed to ship them together, and the book did a really great job of conveying that. My third NoTP is America Singer and Aspen whatever from the Selection series. There is a love triangle in this series. I'm not going to tell you which one of them wins or anything, but there is a character, Aspen, that I just could not stand him. Like, chapter one starts out, America and Aspen are boyfriend and girlfriend, and he breaks up with her and says, hey, you know, you should go to the palace and compete in this selection with the prince. You should go there. I don't want to hold you back, so I'm going to break up with you and send you off. And then she does it, and he gets butt-headedly jealous. Aspen is around quite a bit in this original trilogy, and yeah, I didn't like him probably ever. I just was like, please go away. And by the way, like, if you ship characters that I don't, that's totally cool. You know, I know a lot of people were Team Aspen. I don't get it, but that's your right and your choice, and you can ship whoever you want to. But I did not ship these. My number four NoTP is Elena and Cost Us from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series by Anne Brashares. To me, I felt like all of their relationship was based on approximately one conversation or one interaction. It just was never developed enough for me as a reader to understand why they were pining over each other so badly. Now, I loved Elena and Cost Us in the movies. I did think that the movies play up the romance aspect of it, but there's actually not a lot to their relationship in the book series, and I was really surprised at disliking them together so much. It just wasn't there for me. Next is Tristan and For from the Divergent series. I was never really a fan of this series in the first place. I really didn't like the characters, but I never saw the appeal of For. I think that it's a trope that I personally dislike when a character falls for like their instructor or their trainer or a teacher, and so this very much the situation that's going on here. For is Triss's trainer. I didn't really like For as a character that much. I didn't really like Triss as a character that much either, and I didn't think For had a very distinct personality. They kind of blended together. I didn't think that the character development was very strong in that series, so for me, it's not that like these characters shouldn't have been together, because I think they were kind of made for each other, but it's just something that I did not enjoy. Next up is Clary and Jace from the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I really don't want to spoil anything in this series. It's very difficult to talk about Clary and Jace as a couple because there are 6 books in this series, and there are parts at which I really like them together. I don't dislike either one of these characters separately. I don't particularly dislike them together, but there are certain events that happen that really turned me off to them as a couple, and unfortunately I don't think I can say what it is because I would spoil the series, and I know a lot of people still haven't read this one. Some things that happen between these characters in the series just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth about them and that relationship, so for me that's a no TP. I just can't, just no. Next is the book Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This is an adult mystery novel, and I found it very bizarre that there was a love triangle in this book, and it made no sense to me. It was a love triangle full of insta-love because your main character is kind of going around not thinking at all of any kind of romance, and then all of a sudden she is sleeping with somebody who becomes very overly attached to her, and then out of the blue she decides that she's interested in somebody else. I didn't think there was any real basis behind any of these feelings or these relationships, and I found the presence of a love triangle in this, you know, edgy mystery to be kind of annoying and a nuisance, especially because I'm pretty sure one of the love interests was underage, and this is an adult character, and I didn't get it. I didn't think it belonged, and it weirded me out, and I thought it was just really poorly done. Next, I have one of my more unpopular no TPs, and that is Kale and Selena from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I don't like the romance that happened between these two characters in this series because I feel like it was so unfounded. Kale and Selena are not compatible in any way. Kale is constantly wanting Selena to be somebody else, and he doesn't accept her despite her flaws. He wants her to change. He accepts her expecting her to change. That is a couple that I cannot get behind, and I don't see the appeal, and I just feel like they were very toxic for each other. As friends, I think that they are amazing. I don't hate Kale particularly, although he's one of my least favorite characters in the series, but that is a ship I can't get on board. I'm sorry, I just never could. Next up are the characters from the book Slammed by Colleen Hoover. I don't even remember these characters' names. I think the guy is Will, and the girl probably has some weird made-up name. I hated this book, and I hated this relationship between these characters. I have a full review up that goes into details about why I disliked it so much, but in short, this relationship had an imbalance of power. One of them was in a position of leadership over the other, and like I said before, that is a trope I just don't really ever like. Will would have been able to basically ruin the girl's life if she didn't go along with what he wanted her to do, and he did kind of assert that power over her a few times, which made me really uncomfortable. I thought it was manipulative, and I also just didn't like the way in which this book was written, and a lot of other things about this book bothered me too, but this is a relationship that I couldn't get behind it. It bothered me a lot, and I really disliked it. No TP for sure. And the last no TP on my list won't surprise you if you've been around my channel for a while, but if you're new here, hi, welcome. I really don't ship Claire and Jamie from the Outlander series. I find their relationship personally, and you don't have to see it the same way that I do, but personally, I have picked up on a lot of lines and elements to their relationship that I feel are toxic and abusive, and I feel like there's a lot of rapey references that happen in this book. I've done a full review where I talk about my feelings in detail with direct quotes and passages from these books. I'll put a link to it down below as well if you want to hear more of my thoughts on it with exact examples from the material, but this is a relationship that I find personally to be very problematic, and it sours my opinion of the series more than I have interest in the actual plot that's going on here. So it's a series that I don't want to continue with because I just can't get behind this couple. I can't tell you not to ship them. I'm only telling you that I don't, and those are my reasons why. And if you want to hear more, go check out that video. So those are my 10 no TPs, the couples in literature that I just can't get behind because they ick me out, or I find them bad, or I just liked another character with that person better. So those are my no TPs. Let me know what some of yours are down below, please. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the comments. Bye!